Hi, my name is Morgan Ralph, and I'm a freshman at Virginia Tech. In this video, we'll be going over design charrettes. You're probably wondering, what is a design charrette? But we'll be getting into that very shortly. We'll also be going over their processes and how it's implemented. Lastly, we'll be focusing on a case study by the Vermont Neighborhoods Project that focuses on how a design charrette was used to implement their housing development project. So, without further ado, we're going to get into what is a design charrette. Okay, so let's get into design charrettes. So a design charrette is an intensive hands-on workshop that brings people from different disciplines and backgrounds together with members of the community to explore different design options of a particular area. So you're going to have your stakeholders meeting with your planners and design experts and community members to create a public plan for this buildable site. And it typically lasts anywhere from 4 to 7 days, and this process is very intense. So this is an image of what a design charrette would look like. You have your community members working with stakeholders, drawing out designs, and trying to decide on a public plan. So let's watch this quick snippet from a video on what a design charrette is.
Well, actually, a charrette is a quick, intensive design process that's intended to collect maximum information from various stakeholders and then to generate initial design ideas. For this charrette, Drury's hired Cooper Robertson, a firm out of New York City that's very experienced with this process and very good at making sure that everyone is heard.
Okay, so you can see, well, we see the definition of a charrette, but we also were able to see some of their design plans that Drury University had pulled together, and just a quick overview of what a charrette is. Okay, so where did the term charrette come from? The term charrette is derived from the French word for cart. So in the 19th century, architecture students at the, my French is not great, École des Beaux-Arts School would jump on the collection cart, or the charrette, to finalize their designs as the proctors were coming around to collect them. So this is an image of what the cart in the 19th century would have looked like. Alright, so let's look at the process. So in step 1, you're going to want to make sure to prepare for the charrette. You want to send out information to stakeholders, recruit everyone who will be affected, who will be making the decisions, and who can block decisions. You're going to want to provide information to everyone on the nature of the project, and you're going to want to find a good location to host the 4 to 7 day charrette. You're also, so in step 2, for the charrette, on day 1, there'll be an informational meeting, but then days 2 through 7, you're going to work through the designs with everyone, identify problems and solutions, gain feedback, and you want to reach consensus by the 7th day. And so finally, step 3 is implementation. So this is after the charrette was held. Design experts will make any last-minute changes and gather any more feedback, and then a post-charrette meeting will be held. Alright, so this is just a quick overview. We can see there's a public meeting vision. We see how they drew out their designs, and then they're going to go over them in the charrette. They're talking about their plan, their overview, and then this is the public meeting confirmation here, also known as the post-charrette meeting. Alright, now that we've learned what a design charrette is and the general process, let's take a look at our first case study featuring the Vermont Neighborhoods Project. Okay, so let's get into our case study featuring the Vermont Neighborhoods Project as we look into their design charrette process. Okay, so the Vermont Neighborhoods Project was started by the Vermont Natural Resources Council and Vermont Smart Growth to examine and produce solutions to the housing and growth crisis in Addison County, Vermont. So the problems arose when the neighboring county of Chint-Denton continued to expand. So as people moved from Chint-Denton to Addison County, the county was experiencing a lot of pressure on their housing communities, and so they needed to improve and grow their developments. So this project featured a series of design charrettes in the towns of Middlebury, Shoreham, and Vergennes that allowed stakeholders, community members, and design experts to evaluate their options and discuss new housing development designs. So they held 2 design charrettes in each town. to implement their housing guidelines and create new developments. So in 2008 and 2009, the town of Shoreham went the furthest, and so they built the community of Greenwoods Village, which featured affordable and energy-efficient housing. So these are images from the design charrette. So you can see in this one, this is what their design they wanted to look like. And so this is a handout from the design charrette that went over what their aesthetics that they wanted and some basic designs. So they learned some lessons during their 2 design charrette series. They wanted to make sure that they met with stakeholders ahead of time. They learned that they needed to work with design experts and builders throughout the entire process to make sure that everything was feasible. And they learned that they had to hold more than 1 charrette. Alrighty. Alright, thank you for watching this video, and I hope you learned about design charrettes today.